or 4, they didn't know what to do with us.
But you had the language. Most of the soldiers didn't have the language.
Yes, I had the language, but they had no use at that time. Or I had to sign that I would go to Indochina. That was the beginning of the war with Indochina.
Oh.
I had no desire to go there.
Yeah.
So I didn't sign that. So they kept me till I don't know what reason. Then suddenly I could sign my discharge, honorable discharge.
So for how long you've been in the army? Year, 2 years?
No, not so long. A year and a half. I mean, 6 months training with the American Army, then 2-3 months, and then the French Army 6 months maybe. I came back on the Queen Mary.
How did you find Paris when you got back?
Well, the first thing I saw my aunt Tati.
Yeah, I remember her.
And Kurt, they were in Paris.
Yeah.
And they were very happy because I had the right to go to the PX.
They stayed in Paris through the war?
No. They escaped. They were in a camp.
In a camp?
First, the French put all the Germans, Jew or not Jew, in the camp.
Where?
They did. In Gurs.
Okay.
Gurs is southern France. Afterwards, they put the Spanish soldiers there when they came over from the Pyrenees and gave them over to the Germans. Very nice.
Yeah. So how she...
Then they could leave this camp, and then they found somebody with money that took them to Switzerland. Over the mountains on foot.
Oh, I see. You told me, yeah.
Yes. And in Switzerland, the Red Cross
adopted
them over.
Yeah.
Then we sent money. We knew we were in Argentina with my mother at that time. When we heard they were there, we sent money. And well, they staged the war over there. But when they found their apartment back in Paris afterwards. And they had he organized a little how do you call it, a little atelier.
Yeah.
To cut furs.
Yeah.
So on. And my mother worked there.
Yeah, I remember it. They both were sewing furs.
Yes.
My grandmother, not Ellen, the other grandmother I had from the side of my father.
Yes.
she also worked in sewing furs, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There was a small business in Tel Aviv that they were mending furs. Mm-hmm. And
it was very usual for Jews at that time many had no education.
True, yeah.
The Polish Jews were very poor generally.
And how did the French people adopted the Americans after they suffered from the German regime before? And you as an American soldier in Paris? How did you feel?
I was.
You felt loved, or in Paris?
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And then the interest. I had access to the PX. You know you don't know the PX. The shop where the American Army had
special shops.
Special shops where you could buy whatever you. So I had chocolate and I had milk and I had everything that people needed.
Yeah.
I gave Tati and Kurt were
some food and.
I gave them lots of things.
The Americans at that time were so rich in front of the other world. They
very
were
rich.
Amazing rich.
yes.
And when your mother returned to Paris and your father?
Well, no, they both lived first in America.
Yeah.
Then.
Where they lived in America?
Well, 49th Street. Very nice apartment.
In Manhattan?
Yes, a penthouse.
Wow.
Where I lived when my father left, 47. And my mother followed. And when my father died in 47.
But he died already in Paris, no?
Yes. 47.
In 47 he came back to Paris.
Yes, and nearly died from this neglected appendicitis. Big doctor's fault. He had a doctor who worked with him who didn't make the diagnosis. And then it was too late.
What did he die from?
Appendicitis.
Wow, something that's
neglected.
How old was he?
Nearly 50.
So it's probably was appendicitis.
The papa came out in appendicitis.
Don't you think it was a tumor or something? Because
no.
Appendicitis is 50.
Well, he had a peritonitis. There were no antibiotics at that time.
Yeah, but appendicitis is 50 is not common. So
no.
50 can you have a tumor?
Oh, why he had that I cannot tell you.
I'm not sure it's appendicitis.
Everything is possible.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a very acute thing.
Yeah.
Happened in a few days.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember my mother cabled me.
Where you've been in that time?
At that time I was studying in Argentina and I was in high school. No.
Yeah.
No, 47, no.
It's after the war already, yeah.
No. 47 I was at NYU at
you returned to America to learn?
Yes, but I didn't have the French baccalaureate. So to study in France afterwards, I needed a BS, I needed a BA, bachelor, from...
So you returned to made the college in...
I made a college in America, at NYU, and my mother cabled me and said, father is dead, don't come. She wanted me to finish my studies, I remember that. She had a very hard time.
Yeah. The people that were born after the big war and don't know what a rough time it was for the people that lived through those days, for the Nazi days and the war later, and even in Israel that we had so many wars, it's not compared to the...
It's a different situation, yes.
Totally different.
Look, I came back to Paris and I don't know, my father, when we left in 1940, we left the whole story. We left with Zogu. I told you that, no?
With Zogu, no?
Zogu, who was the dictator in
in Albania.
Yes, of Albania.
Yeah.
Zogu the first.
Yeah.
And my father was treating his sister.
She was ill?
Yeah, well, she had cancer.
Oh, I see.
And so he took us with him. When we fled Paris, we fled with his escort.
Yeah.
And he had a Mercedes, which Mussolini had given to him. And then